Welcome to the next issue
podcast. Please enjoy
the show.
Woo! Here we go.
I love that intro. You're muted. You're still muted.
That's weird that it didn't unmute me and it unmuted you guys. Feels like a little bias here.
It's out to get you.
Yeah, the machines know. The machines are rising. Welcome everyone to the Next Issue podcast. Today, we're just kind of hanging out. We're going to talk about some of the leftovers for Best of 2025. If you haven't already, we have a big show about our favorite movies. And then also the best comics of 2025 from last week. But before we get into that, first of all, if you are in Texas, stay warm. Stay indoors if you can. Seems to be
and like across the South, isn't it? Like all across the South of the
I guess so. I guess I didn't look at the full map, but
you're cold. Stay warm.
That's right.
Forget you people in Tennessee. I hope you're cold.
Damn. Okay. Oh, just personal
Send complaints to Jeff at.
Yeah.
Listen, the state of Texas got started because all of Tennessee kicked all their like jerks out of the state, and then they all were like, "We're going to start our own state in Texas." That's how Texas got started. It was a bunch of just like Tennessee people that got kicked out of Tennessee because they were too rough.
Huh.
I mean, that's a bar you're setting.
Is that something they teach you in Texas history? I don't remember that.
You gotta dig a little deeper than what the public schools teach you. But
really, the government doesn't want to educate us.
We're gonna.
I did learn the Civil Wars about states' rights in public school. So
we're gonna clip this out, and it's gonna be Texas secret history. What the government doesn't want you to know.
Well, I mean, look at it like 20 years ago when Hank Hill was looking at the Texas history book for Bobby and King of the Hill. And he was like seeing how much they had cut out. And he was just like so offended that he felt like he needed to teach Bobby history because the schools cut out so much history.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder, they need to make a show in the style of HBO's Watchmen, but that touches on Texas history. Just like one episode.
There was like one of those made for TV movies that was about Texas history that was like on TNT like 10 years ago. It was like one of those like kind of star-studded but B level star-studded cast. And it does a terrible job. Like it's very jingoistic, but it kind of touches on like a lot of the stuff, just not deeply. Like
yeah.
But I've read like all the like I went nuts on Texas history when I was a kid. So like I read all the books, and then I read all the like but that's not the real story. That's the story that the people that won told you. Let's go back in and dig a little deeper. So my favorite Texas thing is that flag with the cannon, the come take it cannon is Mexico's cannon. Like Mexico lent the cannon to Texas. And then they were like, you guys are about to revolt against us. Give us the cannon back. And they were like, come and take it. And I'm like, it's like your neighbor borrowing your leaf blower and then being like, come and get it back from me. Like
jerk.
Yeah.
That's right.
What kind of neighborhood?
Like, and you made it a flag. Oh, cool. Your jerkiness is now a flag.
I'm gonna need to borrow that. I'm gonna need to take that generator back that you borrowed the other day. Come and take it.
Come and take it. It's mine now. Shouldn't have given it to me. And that's what they said to the Native Americans too about the land. You shouldn't have given it to me because you can get it back now.
That's right. We give you plenty of blankets. All right. Well, before this goes down a very dark hole, I guess more.
Let's talk about last year.
Let's talk about 2025 before we get too dark. Actually, let's spice things up. We got a bunch of trailers this week, and there was one that I wanted to talk about. We're not going to show the full Masters of the Universe trailer.
Please show some pics though, because there is some gold in there.
I do. I think I knew the internet was gonna lose their mind, and not all of the internet, just part of the internet. When they cut to him at his desk at work, and he's got his name and then his pronouns at the bottom.
Yeah.
And people were like, they gave He-Man pronouns, and they were like,
His name is
He-Man.
Man.
His name is He-Man. Like,
So I went into the like they started posting the trailer everywhere, and I hate jumping to the comments because I like seeing what people are saying, but I'm also like, well, what are the because undoubtedly the idiots are going to jump into the comments. And when they first started saying, like, it was like, oh, like I just saw comments like pronouns. My genuine initial thought was that these are bots. These are bots that do not have the comprehension to understand the nuance of that scene where the he, him is making a reference to the he man, that it's a joke. Also, it kind of, I think, it encapsulates that kind of boring corporate life kind of thing that it plays on multiple levels.
Yeah.
And bots don't understand that nuance because they're bots. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, no, these are people who are just illiterate and don't have like that kind of critical thinking skills. They are just Pavlovian dogs that see the he him and immediately jump into the comments and just go to town.
Yep.
And then when everybody was like, "You idiot," the guy's name is P-Man. They all kind of backed off of it, and they were like, "Well, it's not a funny joke." And I'm like, "Okay, no."
People are just ready to be offended. They
are ready to be offended. These are the most macho people in public, but like they are so offended by words.
I mean, they're going into a movie trailer on edge, so like their life's going to be pretty stressful.
Now, what I'm not offended by is let's see, what's the best way to show you guys? Probably this one here. Look at that.
Ooh,
that's a good looking sword.
Like, I do like the scene in the trailer where he tries to get the sword from a Conan statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eternity looks cool as hell.
Have you seen this sword?
I like how they frame it because he's been sent to Earth. You can give him a pink shirt because it makes sense. Like everything kind of makes sense in that world that they've set up. Adam and it's the same director that did Bumblebee, so I have full confidence. And Kubo and the Two Strings. He worked on Paranorman.
Yeah, he was an animator past, but his 2 directing jobs are fantastic.
And he's the son of the guy that started Nike, so you know,
a nepo baby.
Yeah,
he's a nepo baby.
His bio was funny. He did start his career with Daddy's money.
He did, but if you go into a different business than what your dad does, even if your dad's the president of Nike, I feel like that's a little like a sidestep from nepo. Like you definitely got the in because you've got the money, but you're not like the president of Nike. You know, he at least got in a different business than his dad. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm totally excited for this. But what I was going to say was I think that's the way to get to work in kind of the cartoon. Adam was like an idiot in the cartoon, like the original 80s cartoon. Yeah. He's naive. He played like the Clark Kent type because he didn't want anybody to know that he was He-Man. But having this character be off-world, off Eternia, and then come back and not know like all the ins and outs of Eternia because he's been gone for 15 years is a good way to play that kind of characterization into this character of the movie. I think it's genius. I think it's so smart.
I wanted to ask about that because I haven't gone back to watch the original cartoon, and even if I did, I don't think that it would answer a lot of these questions. But I did learn this week that his mom is like an astronaut from Earth.
Yeah, he's part Earthling. He's half human.
I didn't know that. So in the cartoon, did they ever go to Earth? Like, did they ever leave Eternia to go to Earth?
He never. There's 2 episodes. I don't know if I've watched them all. I've seen tons of He-Man. There's the episode where they talk about his mom coming from Earth, like she's an astronaut and her rocket ship gets through a wormhole or whatever and ends up on Eternia. Yeah. There's a Christmas episode where they send a rocket to Earth and pick up 2 kids. They bring them back to Eternia and they send them back eventually. So they do go to. There's stuff that happens on Earth, but I don't think He-Man ever goes to Earth.
Okay.
In the cartoons.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the lore outside of like the Kevin Smith stuff, which I know is supposed to be a continuation of kind of the original cartoon. But this looks great. We have Man at Arms, played by Idris Elba. We have Roboto, played voiced by Kristen
Kristen
Wiig.
Wiig.
Camila Cabello, I think is her name. I don't remember her from. I don't really know her from anything, but she's Tila. We
She's
see Evelyn
Veronica Lodge from Riverdale.
for the 3 people that watch Riverdale. Well, I guess more people watch it. Just
It was
not
on for
here.
4 or 5 seasons, so people watched
It
it.
was on for a long time.
And apparently it got real weird. They got into superhero shenanigans
Yeah.
for one season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
I think we have there this Alison Brie as Evil Lynn, although we don't really get to see her here, but
Yeah, I know. I'm bummed by that. I wanted to see her Evil Lynn costume.
the biggest question I had is, did you need oh well, I mean, first of all, the transformation is pretty cool.
Hell yeah! Look at Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
Where's Kyle? Like that. Kyle needs to show up just so he could walk us through the whole trailer. I sent this to him 2 hours after the trailer dropped. He had already watched it. Like he was already ready.
I do have I don't understand Hollywood. If you're gonna just have regardless of the actor, let's leave that for a side for just 1 second. Like, if you're just gonna cover him up in Skeletor stuff and it's gonna be like a CGI character, why? Why can't I mean, I don't understand.
Because Frank Langella did the original and he did it with passion for his kids. He said that in an interview. That's why he did Skeletor, is because his kids dug it. And so he did that role passionately, and that's why Skeletor works in that movie.
He had practical makeup on.
Yeah.
I'm saying, if you're just gonna who does
I think it's because
Skeletor thing, if it's just gonna be like a big CGI thing, like you can't even you can't even tell who's under there.
Part of the lore of Skeletor is that he's actually He-Man's uncle. He's the brother of King Andor. So there might be some stuff where you see him pre-Skeletor, a flashback or stuff like that, where he's Keldor, I think is
that. I do know because of the Kevin Smith stuff on Netflix.
Yeah,
they've touched on that.
I'm guessing that's why they had him. They cast Jared. I think. Well, one, I think Jared Leto probably has a lot of dirt on people, and he just keeps getting. That's why he keeps getting cast and stuff, because
something's going on.
I don't know why you keep casting him. If it's this, I don't have like a huge problem. Like I don't go out of my way. Like I don't generally like Jared Leto movies. Like I don't go out of my way to watch them. I still haven't seen Morbius. I can't make those Morbin time jokes with any real with my heart behind it, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making it up. But I think he's great in Dallas Buyers Club. He's not bad. He's just kind of a crazy dude that probably doesn't deserve as much accolades as he gets. And I heard, I don't know if this is true, that he was like a huge fan of the cartoon as a kid, and he loves Skeletor. And he maybe just it seems like to be not jokey, but at least kind of tongue in cheek and in step with the original cartoon a little bit. Just so maybe he's playing dastardly Skeletor, where he's like just a little bit like fun.
Well, that's the other thing,
like a fun villain.
If you're gonna play a dastardly Skeletor character like that, I don't know that he's the right person for it. The reason why I thought he was a good fit in Tron Ares is because he's playing a computer program that's supposed to be very serious and stoic, right? Which I think that fits, regardless of his talent or not, that kind of just fits with his overall personality. But this doesn't feel like it. I don't know. But he looks cool. I mean, I like it.
I think we could probably come up with 5 better castings than him, though.
Yeah. And I love that the trailer ends just like the trailer for the Netflix thing when it first came out. It ends with, of course, a big confrontation between Skeletor and He-Man, because that's the only reason any of us are going to this thing. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go for Sorceress Tintila.
Yeah, I will mention though, this has 4 screenwriters credited, and that's usually like the bar of like where shit goes bad.
Now I will say, because two of them are like a team, a pair writing team, and they come with the director. It's like they're the director's writers. So, and then one of them wrote like on Shang-Chi and
I
like
think
I
what
forget what
happened
else
is
they
like
wrote.
there was the original script, and then there was like another person to punch it up, and then they finally found a director, and he brought his own people. So I think this one, I do agree that sometimes you see a lot of screenwriters, and you're like, uh, like this has been through the ringer. But I don't know if that's gonna be the case. Hopefully not. I don't. I mean, I don't know who was asking for a He-Man movie in 2026, but I'm not gonna like not watch it. Right?
I'm always
It
asking
was
for a He-Man
Kyle.
movie.
That's
It was
Kyle.
just Kyle.
He finally got his answer. His praise answered.
I,
Cool.
I always ask for you. I'm super excited. I have totally trust in Travis Knight. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think the marketing's smart because they came out with a teaser. He-Man's one of those. So He-Man started off as a Mattel toy property, strictly
Mhm.
a toy property. There's no like the cartoon was coming up with the lore on its own. The toys were coming up with their own lore. There were a couple of comics, but it was nothing. There was no He-Man Bible that went across all media. So
Yeah.
He-Man's one of those things where people are like, I want a serious He-Man movie, or I want the funny He-Man movie. Like there's a whole slew of different He-Mans you can kind of cram into this. And I think they're smart with the teaser where they were like, hey, remember the cartoon that you used to watch as a kid? Like that kind of got everybody geared up to what they're going to be in for mentally. This is not like dark, broody He-Man. This is not Conan. If you want that, go see Conan the Barbarian or something like that. But this is something a bit more akin to like what the cartoon was, but in a more not serious. I mean, I guess a more slightly serious fashion, but not so dark or whatever. It's just we're gonna have fun with this. I've heard that there's been a couple of test screenings for this movie already, and that the crowd came out and it was just like so much fun, so entertaining, and that's kind of what I think they're going with. They're like they want the fans that are like we need action and power and muscles and whatever, and like they showed you that part in the trailer, but I think there's going to be a lot more like not Marvel jokey, but I think it's going to be a bit more lighthearted. I think that's what they're kind of like prepping you for.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's
He-Man's really going to answer the question: are we ready to cheer for blonde, strong Aryan men again?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I mean, the guy looks like he doesn't have a rough day in his life. I mean, but they put him in a baggy shirt to try to Clark Kent him up. That's the funniest part of it. Is like
I
do make this guy seem like a sad sack, but
he doesn't change much during the transformation. I don't think. Like he's still like the guy looked pretty ripped, regardless of like
they should have Captain America'd him and given him like a smaller body so that the transformation
they should have shot all the stuff prior to him, like all the stuff where he's got to be Adam. Like they should have shot it like at the beginning of the filming, and then give him time to bulk up, right? And then like maybe they did.
He should have Christian Baled from Machinist to Batman. Like he should have gone full skinny to full bulk.
I do. There are a couple of things I do want to point out. I need people on the internet to stop comparing things to Guardians of the Galaxy. There are more space movies out there that you can compare things to. Yeah. But I heard so many times being like, "Oh, it's Guardians." What's Buffalo Bill?
Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers.
Guardians.
I always Flash Gordon. Yeah, Flash Gordon. Buckaroo Banzai. That's what I was trying to say. Buckaroo Banzai.
Name some from after 1999.
I'm saying if you're gonna play film snob with me, play film snob.
I think the problem is that the younger people have only seen Guardians or maybe a JJ Star Trek's.
They need to go out and watch more movies.
If you only know Star Trek from J.J. Abrams, I am so sorry for you. Like, let me curate some Star Trek for you.
I mean, that's 90% me too. So
I'm just saying James Gunn is pulling his stuff from somewhere. So
yeah. Look for the things that inspired Guardians.
Yeah. So like, quit. I need people to stop comparing things to Farscape. Exactly. Quit comparing things to Guardians. I hope that they I hope they get a chance to work on the CGI a little bit more too.
Yeah.
There's some stuff where I'm like, I'm watching it on YouTube. There's compression, whatever. I'm not.
I think the sheen to the CGI making it look like a toy is interesting. Like, is this on purpose or is this just because it's not finished and I can't make up my mind whether it's a good choice or not? But I mean, these do come from toys, so that is that's a funny bit.
I did hear somebody say they changed the frame rate between the Earth stuff and Eternity. Like I'm not that technically savvy, but
Wow.
also like I don't know if that's the CGI. I no longer am going to put on the filmmakers. That is the production. That is the studios that are producing, that give these films only so much money and only so much time to produce these things. And I think that starts at the top. And I think that so I'm not gonna, like, if He-Man CGI is crappy, I'm gonna be like, that's Amazon's problem. That's not the director's problem or whatever. That's Amazon
And it
not
shouldn't
doing
be
the
Amazon's
proper
problem.
thing.
They have all the servers, so they can run all the compute.
Yeah.
They've got all the money. Have Jeff Bezos cut him a check for like $3,400 million, and he'd be fine. You know.
In that trailer, there's a scene where a He-Man, or it's Adam and Teela, are in a vehicle, and it looks like a shitty Roger Corman setup. Like it's just literally like this just bar in front of them, and it looks like she has like some kind of steering wheel, and he's just there, and then a background. Like it is just the most basic, plain shit. They have some of the cool aesthetics, but like you see it CGI, you're not seeing the practical stuff, and the practical stuff is cheap. So,
But then also, like,
I'm just worried that they're not putting a lot into this.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is this a thing about the toys? Because the toys always like they didn't have a lot of detail on the inside, right? Like wherever you, especially like when there was like a car or something, you'd have to put it in, like the figure in there. Like it did just kind of look like that. It was just like here's a sticker for the background, so you think that's kind of what it looks like. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know that that's what the director's going for. I'm just like, am I trying to fit this in a box that it doesn't belong to, or like am I just? But yeah, I agree with Jeff. Like bad CGI, that's on the studios. That's not on like it's not even on the people working on it, because it's like maybe they just don't have enough time.
Is this an Amazon film?
Yeah. Amazon MGM.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an MGM
so does
film.
Amazon have the say so above the director on CGI in these kinds of films?
I mean, it depends on the contract, I guess. I don't know, but I mean,
I think
who the fuck would want to work for that? Yeah,
that's probably most studios though. I mean, unless you're like Christopher Nolan, that you can like write your own contract. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that you have a lot of choice. But speaking of contracts and things coming back, I'm sure you guys will be excited about this. Oh, what the heck? Oh, which one? There we go. We're getting a new Muppet Show special. This is just a special, right? It's not because
it's a full series.
It's a full series.
I think it's a full series.
I thought it was a full series because the series is them doing shows every week.
Okay, because I thought it was just a special because I only saw, or maybe they're only teasing like one guest, but like I don't think like how much is Sabrina Carpenter in this? Because she looked to be in multiple things, but I was like, if she's the guest for that show,
the premiere,
or for that special, then it makes sense. Because they advertise a few people at the end. I do love this joke, like he's just been playing since the last show.
We're doing a show, Frog.
I love the age joke. The age joke with Miss Piggy is funny.
That was
well, isn't Sabrina Carpenter filming a Miss Piggy movie right now with or is that's Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Are producing that. I don't know
Miss Piggy movie.
Yeah, they're doing a Miss Piggy movie with Cole Sprouse. I can't remember his name.
Look, we get Muppet legs. We know Jeff loves a Muppet leg since he was a child. So this is so they advertised Maya Rudolph, Sabrina Carpenter, Seth Rogen, who I hope he's
executive producing
from the studio.
I love that he's kind of running the show on this. I think. I mean, if he's executive producing, he's probably seeing who the writers are, and I hope has a love for the original series, because that's what I remember. I loved this show because this was 30 Rock before 30 Rock. This was the show about the people making the show.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part of it. I always wanted to be Scooter on this show when I was a kid, because I loved that Scooter was kind of doing all the stuff but was never on stage, but he knew how everything was done.
His uncle owned the theater. That's how he got in. His uncle owned the original Muppet Theater.
Muppet until that show. He was a new Muppet on that show.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And I'm excited because I thought this was going to be just a Disney Plus show, but it's on ABC as well. So I'm like,
the commentary says the Muppet Show, a special event, returns February 4th on Disney and ABC. So to me, this feels like it's just it feels
brand
like
new
special. I don't think it's a full series. I could be wrong.
That
I've
doesn't
never.
make sense. Then I wonder if they're. See, because
I
this is
think
the
this
other
is
thing
the
that
way they
interests.
should do. This is the way they should do Muppet shows. Like they
Yeah.
just do like a special every quarter or something like that. So like it's removed enough that isn't because people like if especially if you drop it on a binge, like people are gonna like
Remember and
watch it
forget it.
and then get over it. But if you do like imagine getting a new Muppets holidays thing every 3 months or something.
Yeah, but you're also
Oh,
talking about like a massive production of studio that has to be set like 4 times a year. I mean, I would rather them do like a 12 episode series once a year and do it and pay and space them out because it's a show about making a show. I don't want to see it done one time. And my hope is that they're doing this because they see people watching the old show on Disney streaming and go, well, what if we brought that back? Like, could we bring that back in there? Maybe this is the tease for it.
Yeah.
I think Disney is, ever since they bought the Muppets back in the 90s, they haven't really known what to do with them. I think they're like, well, we don't want Kermit to be bigger than Mickey. So it's kind of one of those weird things where they're like, well, we'll put him in a ride somewhere. And every so often a person powerful enough comes along and is like, I want to do a Muppet thing. And they're kind of forced to do the Muppet thing. I do hope it's I want it to be a series. Like anything Muppets, give it to me right off the bat. I love the Muppets. I do hope that Jason, what's his name, that did the Muppet movie, he was on Shrinking, Jason Segel, obviously friends with Seth Rogen. I'm like, why don't you get those two back together? And there's a tether. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just curious, like what the last iteration was. Remember that one? It was like a Muppet show that was, because it had Anders from Workaholics in it, but I don't remember who the girl was that was like the star of the show, because I believe she was like a YouTuber. It was the Muppet Mayhem show, which is fantastic. Mayhem, that's what it was. It was about the band. Yeah. Well, but they had one before that too, though. Wasn't there one that was just the Muppets that was about?
So they had like an office kind of show, a sitcom. It was called The Muppets. That was on ABC a while back, and it was kind of like an office kind of reality show. It was pretty good too. That was a really good show. They also had Muppets Tonight before that, which is hard to find. Muppets Tonight, and then before that is the original Muppet Show, I think.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that once Disney acquired the Muppets, they're like, we don't really know what to do with this. Like,
Jim Henson died.
It was there, yeah.
Yeah, but his son Brian Henson ran it, because Brian Henson also did Farscape. So I mean, like, he was still like putting out stuff, and his studio still did Muppet stuff. They were just trying to diversify into other areas.
Yeah, I just think you lose that creation of that creative mind of Jim. Like, and Jim was just the thing that drove the Muppets. So
I'm wondering also how they have never given any of the Muppets like kids. I feel like that's a thing that they would have tried at some point.
A Gonzo baby.
Can you imagine?
And one of his chickens have a baby, and it's just really weird.
Gonzo and Camilla.
Have you never seen the pictures of the pink frogs and the green pigs of Kermit and Piggy's kids? Yeah, they're out there. I mean, they're not.
I don't know if I want to search for that.
They're not canon, but they're in some show somewhere they had kids.
People are freaks, but I'm just interested. Like, I know they did Muppets Baby, but that was the same Muppets like when they were supposed to be babies, which I think might be my favorite iteration. I think that's probably the most Muppets I've seen, because that's when I was a kid, and so.
And that's a hard show to find because there's so much licensed properties in that television show that they imagined. And back then it was just like, hey, can we borrow this for our show? And everybody knew each other, and they were like, yeah, sure. But now lawyers are involved. So
yeah. All right. One last thing we got, probably something very cool leading up to this Star Wars Mall Shadow Lord. They had teased this show back in a celebration of last year. Look at that. Oh my God. Looks so cool. Like, I think this show is going to be insane. I love the animated stuff from the Star Wars universe, from the creators of Clone Wars. My biggest takeaway is, like, how much the animation has changed. I don't know when was the last time you guys tried to
Yeah.
watch Clone Wars or even Rebels season 1 or 2. The animation's gotten so much better. It's gotta be hard to go back. I think this is one of my favorite ones here.
Well, I mean, I would assume at this point that they have a massive library of models and stuff that have already been built for the entire Star Wars universe that they just pull stuff down. So they basically have no modeling to do. They just have the
Yeah,
figures that they can just animate.
and probably like all the whatever devices, computers, and all that. It's gotten so much better too. That it's just so much easier to. Yeah, it looks great. I love this story. I can't. I mean, Darth Maul is one of my favorite characters, so keep following his story. We have a question in the chat. Who's a Spider-Man fan? Well, we can talk about that right after this. In a second. But yeah, I think the idea of like continuing this journey of Maul, and I don't know if you guys kept like watched the last season of Clone Wars when a lot of it like when they kind of synced it up. So I recommend you do. The first few episodes are like a soft launch for the Bad Batch, which is the other troopers, and then the last no, yeah, and then the last of it is like what is going on during the same at the same time that the third movie, the Revenge of the Sith, what's happening with Ahsoka and like the clones? What are they doing? So it all kind of you could even sync it up. There's moments that cross over between both the film and this, and it's 3 episodes, and it also gives you like, well, what happens to Darth Maul right after that? Or I guess he's just Maul at this point. And then we know that he had his own crime syndicate because of the Solo film, right? Dryden Voss was working for Maul, or I guess Kira ended up working for Maul at the end. So yeah, and then Sam Witwer, like he's so good at the role of doing the voice. So I'm pretty excited, and we're gonna get 2 episodes a week until leading up to May 4th. So that's fun. Oh, Jada Gamer, we were just talking about how do you guys feel about the new Darth Maul show? Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
talking about it right now. Super excited for it.
Probably one of the most underutilized villains in Star Wars. So
Yeah.
it's neat seeing someone who loves the character wanting to do more with him.
Yeah,
Well, he was cut in half, so
agreed.
Yeah, but the fact that they brought it back and those legs, when the first time you see those legs, even though that movie was kind of a bust, you're like, still, oh shit, that ending, you know?
Yeah,
I just want one scene where he's like, "I want to go forward," and the legs take him backwards, and he's just like, "No."
Him trying to work,
He's trying to figure it out. Yeah.
him working with the doctor, going, okay, now try to scratch your head. Okay, let me strengthen it. Okay, and then turn it down.
even if you just go back through the Clone Wars through the Maul episodes, like you still get a lot of really cool stuff. Like if you just watch those together, maybe we can make a playlist for the audience. But yeah, I'm very excited about this.
Can we get somebody to dress up in a Darth Maul costume and send them to the mall, and we can have Maul in the mall?
I bet you it's been done if you look on YouTube hard enough. I bet it's been done.
Mall in the mall.
Mall at the Mall of America.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the trailers we got. I do want to address this. Who's a Spider-Man fan?
All of us.
I think so. I think most of us qualify. Although I will say, the current state of the current Spider-Man comic book is, I think as
I'm a Spider-Man critic.
It is trying. But I do love Spider-Man, and that's the reason I'm upset that it's not very good. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even reading it, but the feedback I see online and then from you guys makes me like not want to read it. And I was like putting my comics away, and I had that run that Jeff said was so bad. And I was just like, but I really want to try it. And I just ended up putting it away because I was just like, I'm not going to read it because it just your opinion just kind of weighed too much on it.
Yeah.
Here's where I think Spider-Man is so bad right now in the comics that they're changing Miles Morales. They're trying to change Miles Morales' name from Spider-Man to Spin for some reason. And I think it's because they're like, well, we don't want Miles to get more popular than Peter, which has already happened because they keep treating Peter like crap. And so they're just like, well, we don't. And I think their solution is to, instead of make Peter better, it's to let's change Miles's name from Spider-Man to Spin.
What terrible leadership to say, we don't want this character to be popular. even by comparing it to another character, what if he became the Spider-Man? What's the problem with that? What if he was the face of Marvel Comics? What's the problem with that? Spider-Man's been the face. What if it just became Miles and it was
Yeah,
just a different mask?
it's dumb. I agree.
Yeah.
I think the issue is they need to clear up some stuff and just I don't know, give us something new. Let Peter move on.
Is
They've
is
seen the
editorial
success.
a problem?
Yeah. What's that?
Is editorial their problem?
I
Because
think so.
they won't
Yeah,
let
because
anything happen to these characters.
they've seen the success of Ultimate Spider-Man, where Peter is an adult and has a family and kids, and it's still really, really good.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Hickman had
And
a
they're
bit of
winning it. They're
yeah.
ending it.
Granted,
That's more
Hickman had a bit of a blank slate, but still, like it can
We
work.
don't want old Peter to become more popular than young Peter.
Yeah, no. Every time it's like I wonder if this like, it's almost as if Peter Parker is a real person, and like back in the old wrestling territories when the wrestler's starting to get over more than the big star, he's just like, no, we gotta send them off to another. He's just filibustering and Hulk Hoganing all over everybody. Like,
Hulk Hoganing.
no, you can't get over. You're gonna lose to me, brother. Drop the title. There's a
It
Peter
is
Parker
weird that
there.
it's just they're doing everything that they can with the characters around Peter. Mary Jane's in a Venom Peter Parker like Spider-Man suit, and
Yeah,
somebody like it's just ridiculous.
I think a lot of the adjacent titles to Spider-Man are good. Like Black Cat, I think it's really good. The G. Willow Wilson one that's going on right now. And Spider-Gwen, I'm reading that. I'm really enjoying it too. Now, granted, that's also a different universe, but I mean, even Miles Morales has been going on and off. Like he's had his own series for a long time, and now they're even doing this like Spider University thing, which is just another reason to kind of bring them all together. I don't know. Guys. I don't know how we fix Spider-Man.
So somebody will do a weird reset. It will have brand new day, and everyone will complain, and we'll go back to like it'll be a good run again.
These people are probably begging for one more day again.
And one more day reset.
Yeah, just reset it. Reset it.
I think
start
we
over.
need
start fresh.
I think we need term limits for editors in chiefs at these places.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue because, like, if you look at sales numbers, DC is winning just mainly because of the absolute line. But then that kind of promotes the idea of like, well, if you just put out like reversion, if you do a new universe, if you do an ultimate version, if you do your version of absolute, then you'll take over. But no one's doing long-term commitment to properties and stories because they don't sign writers and artists for that long.
I think that's part of it, but I think DC's success right now is because they found a good balance between the main line, their Elseworld / Black Label stuff, and this new Absolute line. So I think like they got a good balance of like there's good enough titles in all of them because the regular universe has a lot of really good stuff too. And then they try some stuff out and they don't experiment as much there because obviously they're trying to keep everything in continuity, but I feel like they also have said maybe we don't take continuity as seriously. We can always fix it later in the like I think Mark Waid's really good at that because he's pretty much kind of the architect of like what's going on right now. So he's like, we'll have an event. And sometimes that event will be a bad one. Like I think Lazarus Planet was not very good, but it really just served to put things in place so that other things could spring out of that. So it's an unfortunate thing, but overall, I think DC is doing really well on all counts.
Yeah, they really have. It seems I've said this on the show before. It seems like DC right now reminds me of 2000s Marvel, where they stick all the writers in the writers' room together, and they're like, "This is the overarching story of our universe. Go play in your respective fields, understanding that this is the narrative that we're going with, overarching." And so everything does kind of fit in a little bit. Even the in the comics that don't fit in, like Action Comics is a period piece dealing with Superman while he's young. Like it's all stuff that is like, make sure we're so far outside of continuity that it's safe to tell whatever stories you want.
That's really only for Mark Waid. Only he gets to do that because he's doing and he's doing World's Finest, which is like these stories took place sometime in the past. Okay, but we're gonna be vague enough that it doesn't really mess anything up. But we
But
can
why
also
does
try
it
to
have
use
to
it.
even be mentioned? Just tell the story.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
Well, I don't
you
think it
could
is
say on an alternate Earth somewhere in the
Because
universe.
Clay hasn't been to the DC Reddit where people are asking like, how does this fit in? If this happened here, how did this other thing happen?
But continuity, I mean, just from our decades of reading, is mainly this. It's the good stuff that's collected along the way, because there's a lot of bad stories along the way that we just really don't recognize as part
Yeah.
of like some character's history. So, like Captain Marvel raising her own son who was her kidnapper. What is that? Avengers 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we recognize that on a list of really bad stories, but like continuity is really just the best stuff. So they should really just tell stories and then take the good stuff with it.
I do think DC is doing a much. So like you mentioned, what was it, Beast World or whatever that was, the DC tie-in event, Lazarus Planet. Yeah, like the thing about those things is you're right. They all build on something happens in them that kind of builds the story forward for the overarching. Whereas over at Marvel, they've been doing these like their blood hunt thing. So Avengers is about to end. Jed McKay's Avengers is about to end. And then the last issue, which Danny and I talked about last week, which fell apart on us literally in the middle of last issue, last episode. The whole issue, that 800 issue Avengers, is like going back and telling what's happened in the Marvel universe over the last few years, trying to connect the dots for the Avengers. And I'm like, but all that is just stuff that's just happened. Like it didn't build off of one another. Yeah. It's just stories. And then it's just another story. Whereas in DC, the Lazarus Planet gave everybody superpowers, which is how Amanda Waller was like, now I'm going to take, like everything built on one another. Yeah. So, but in Marvel, it's just event, and then whatever, it resets. Event,
yeah, Marvel's
whatever,
pretty
resets.
good at their events. They're just not like in between. Sometimes they don't really.
Well, I think they're meaningless events, though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they got some fun stuff lined up this year, though, at least.
And look at how those hold up, because when you go back and look for old back issues and stuff, a lot of the tie-in issues are the cheap ones because they don't tie into the existing story. They tie into that kind of. So it's almost like those issues are throwaways unless you're reading both things at the same time. Because like if I go back and collect some of those because they're cheaper to find, and I can read a whole run of like Empire because I can find the tie-in issues for next to nothing because nobody wanted to read that. But like, I'm not paying cover price and I still get to read that run.
Yeah.
But those books are just, they sell big initially, but like the resale is shit. So it's like, sometimes you go, why buy it off the rack when I can get it for a whole lot less in a week or two?
Yep.
Agreed. All right. So that's all the kind of news roundup we have. So it's been a pretty eventful week. Now we want to move on to, we have some things that we still want to talk about 2025 of some of our best stuff. I think we're going to start with television. And then if you guys have any like video games, books, I don't know, music, whatever, all that, we can talk about it a little bit later. Clay's going to talk about his comics since he wasn't able to join us last week. But I'm going to rattle off some TV shows. And then you guys let me know if you could. We didn't really put formal lists together. This is just kind of a list of a bunch of really popular TV shows. Let me know if you watched it, and then if you want to say something about it. We're gonna start with Alien Earth. I think we all watched that. I really enjoyed it. I think if I had put together a list of like 10, it would have made it in there. So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that.
It was like watching a movie every week. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Loved it. Great.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we do agree on one of those. All right, next up we have Daredevil Born Again. I think we all saw it. I think it had some problems. I don't know that it was very cohesive. I still had a good time. And I'm looking forward to more now that they've kind of gotten over that mix-up or whatever retooling of the show they had to do.
Yeah, they really needed to understand the level of action in the Netflix series needed to be exceeded on the Disney series. Mm-hmm. Period. They set a bar really high on that show, what it was known for, and it was not even met.
No,
it was a show. That's kind
I
of how
like
I
this
felt about
attitude
it.
of like, if you don't have anything nice to say about it, we're just not gonna talk
Well,
about it, which is a good,
I will say the best scenes in that are Matt and Frank. I mean,
yeah,
just those two talking are amazing. And but again, it is a comic book show, and I want some action, and the action was up here, and now it's not. So
I get the feeling this is one of the last things where Kevin Feige was kind of hands off, like,
yeah,
and he's like, "You guys do your own." And then midway through, he like clued back in. And he was like, "Oh, what's going on? We gotta try to fix as much of this. I need the showrunners, and I know they've kind of wrangled everybody back in because there's obviously not releasing nearly the same amount of stuff that they used to be. But the showrunners need to at least watch what's come before them.
yeah. I
like
think
Kingpin and
next week,
Hawkeye, like that Kingpin from Hawkeye is not the same King, and it's not the same Kingpin from the Daredevil series of
yeah,
Netflix, and that
or
Matt
from
Murdock is not the same She-Hulk. And I'm like, if you're gonna have a unified universe, have a unified universe at least a little bit,
yeah.
and make sure that these things fall into place.
Mhm. I think next week we'll probably get the last of that leftover shows that before they wrangled everything. Wonder Man comes out next week, and they're just gonna drop everything at once. I'm excited for that. We'll probably talk about it, at least the premiere, maybe. I don't expect everybody to watch
I
all.
hope it is a true action comedy.
It looks like it is. I mean, from the
It
looks
looks
of it,
super
yeah,
intriguing to me.
yeah.
I don't have Disney Plus anymore, so I'm just gonna have to wait to catch up with them at some point.
Alrighty. Uh, there's a few that I haven't seen here. The next few, but maybe you guys have. Dope Thief. I think that's Brian Tyree Henry on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Uh, Dying for Sex, which I
Nope.
think spun
Michelle
out of a
Williams.
podcast. Paradise. That's the show about like it's on Hulu, and I
Two
think like
dice.
the president it gets that like dies or something, and James Marsden's in it. But
Oh, yeah.
I heard it was really good. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, it gave me 24 vibes, but I didn't watch it. I watched a summary of the entire run, but that's
They're
it. I
making
did a
another
Kyle.
season, so let's see. Next, White Lotus season 3, which was my first season of White Lotus,
Oh,
and I would have put this on a list if I had made one too.
this has dropped for me because I've reached maximum limits of stories about rich people that have personal problems I could give a shit
Yeah.
about. And even when they're really shitty rich people, like the Jason Isaacs story that's happens, nothing really happens to them. Like their kid almost dies, and then it's like, oh, he got better, and then oh, we're all going to fight this together as a family. Fuck you. All of you should have suffered. Like that
Yeah.
should have been the story of what White Lotus was. But I've reached that's the most I can do. But the Sam Rockwell speech this season,
Yeah, that was great.
S tier.
Probably one of the best guest stars. Carrie Coon. I mean, I was gonna watch, regardless of what was the show was about. I was gonna watch Carrie Coon.
The three of them together, just
Yeah.
watching them pivot from 2 against 1 every time was really, really great.
Yeah, I think her and Walton Goggins was the main reason that I was like, I should check this out. And then the fact that it's pretty disconnected, and not fully disconnected from the previous seasons, I think, but overall, 90%.
Yeah.
You don't need to have watched the other seasons to really enjoy this one. So, all right. Peacemaker season 2. This would have made my list as well.
This was top tier for me.
It's so good. Like just the full arc that Christopher Smith has had is incredible.
Well, this season was Who is Christopher Smith, where the first one was Who is Peacemaker.
Yeah. Next we have Stranger Things season 5. I did not watch this.
Did not watch it because of everyone's feedback.
And Jeff would not put it on the list.
Did not put it on the list. When it came out that they basically used Chat GPT to help them write the thing, I was just like, oh, it makes sense now.
Oh. Use it to correct the grammar, not to change the whole show.
And the fact that everybody was like, oh, well, one of the Duffers was married to the screenwriter who was clearly ghostwriting some of these episodes for them because post-divorce, like it all fell apart. There's also that out of court settlement where their former roommate, their college roommate, sued them because he says that Stranger Things was his idea.
Oh,
and they settled out of court. So like, there's all these little bits of information that have kind of fallen through where I'm like,
I want to see
where there's smoke, there's fire. I just,
I want to
kind of
see
like the Matrix.
the unreal of Stranger Things, unreal, like the WWE with all the
Yeah.
background of the storylines. I want to see that instead. All right, next we have. I haven't seen this because it's not up my alley, but the Chair Company. Did any of you guys watch that? Clay, yeah.
I put it as a top tier show, and that ending was amazing. Like
Okay.
I'm loving Tim Robinson's stuff, and I know you hate it, but it's just that level of weirdness that I love, because in these times we need that insanity, and Tim Robinson is that answer.
All right. I also saw. I don't know. I don't think anybody watched this, but Dexter Resurrection.
Mark
Did any of
watches
you guys?
all those Dexter shows, and he forgives them for that bad ending of season 1, and I just can't. Or
Okay,
that last
fair enough.
series.
Hacks season 4. I love Hacks.
I haven't even
Dean Smart,
started yet.
dude. Oh man, Clay, it's so good. I don't know if you do the thing where Josh does, like when he has dinner with his family, they put on a show. If y'all
No.
do that, Hacks could be that, because man, it's 30-minute episodes and they're so good. And I started watching it at season 3 after they got all those Emmys nominations,
Yeah.
and I was like, I mean, if this is a season 3 show and it's still getting the nominations, it's probably pretty good. So yeah,
We're
it's
doing
great.
an X-Files rewatch. We're like into season 4. So like when we have that quiet time alone, we put on X-Files and we'll watch like
When
multiple
you
episodes.
need when you need something more chill, if you need something chill in between, that's probably a good recommendation.
Yeah.
We have Invincible season 3. I love Invincible. I don't know that I would have put it at the top, but I love Invincible. And that new trailer, I don't know if you guys saw it or if you guys even keep up with it. I might be the only one here.
No, because it's an Amazon show, so until I
Uh,
get a pirated copy, I won't watch it.
got it.
So
Severance season 2. I have not seen this.
this
But
was my show of the year, because
oh
I went
wow.
back through my best of, and I would see week after week, I would put Severance. I was
Okay.
excited week after week. I like the way they dropped. I like the online discourse about it. Everything about Severance is fantastic.
Nice. It is on my list of things to watch. Maybe if they announce that next season's the last one and then they give us a firm release date, then I'll make a plan to like start by the time the season gets there,
Yeah.
so that we get there. So, oh, Carlos saying he didn't finish the season. He got bored with Severance.
Oh,
Interesting. Also, Adolescence, that Netflix show that's all done in like one shot. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
so is
We
the
have
studio.
well, hold on, it's on the list. It's on the list. We're getting there.
Don't get ahead of him, Clay.
I know you're like not even picking the top tier shows. I'm curious where this list is from.
Well, so if I miss anything, you feel free to. There's also a few things that I've skipped specifically because I want to talk to them at the end.
Yeah.
Task, the Mark Ruffalo show on HBO.
Looks like
It's
a
if you like,
major bummer.
it's a crime thriller, so not a.
Mark Ruffalo's character's backstory. Why don't you explain that?
Oh yeah, that I guess that's a big bummer.
So he's a fun guy.
He's so good though. He's so the other show that's a real big bummer is the other Mark Ruffalo show where he plays himself and a twin. That one's a real bummer. Yeah. I don't even remember the name. I haven't even watched the last episode because I feel like it's not gonna end in a happy note at all. I just left it. So next we have the studio on Apple TV. This would have made my list. Yeah.
This was an unexpected treasure for me because I didn't expect it to be that good. And the Bryan Cranston stuff is amazingly funny. Like, it is so great to watch him just do physical comedy with little to no dialogue.
I didn't even know it was a thing until it came out and people were talking about it. And then my Apple TV reminded me, like, hey, we just dropped this if you want to watch it. I was like, I'll check it out. It's a Seth Rogen show. I'll check out the first one.
Yeah, it's worth watching. And then if you are really curious to watch how they do the one takes, to watch an entire shot being done where there's little to no breaks.
Because the second episode, second or third episode is like a full oneer. Like, it's the whole
they
thing.
call it a oneer, and it's them filming a director who's filming a oneer who has to stop and restart during their oneer.
And you get a lot of fun cameos too, because it
Oh,
is
yeah.
supposed to be like in the real world, like a real studio. So, all right, The Pit season
It's sort of
one.
like the Muppet Show.
Oh, yeah, kind of like the Muppet Show.
It's
So,
it's the Muppet
less
Show,
Muppets
but
in
with
this.
drugs.
Yeah,
If Seth
which is
Rogen
kind of
and
what the Muppet Show is like, also.
yeah,
It's
if
the way
Seth
I watch
Rogen
the
and Ike
Muppet Show.
Barinholtz are Muppets, do they? I don't know if they qualify as Muppets. Catherine Hahn character is also very close to a Muppet, I think, in the studio. So there's a few characters that you could just replace with Muppets, and the show would play the same, I think.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
they
in
could
the
have a
studio.
drug episode where someone just looks like a Muppet and add
Yeah.
them to the show.
Oh yeah, like
Is that-
Angel, did that Muppet episode or that
Yes.
puppet episode. Yeah.
There are a couple of just very subtle drug references in the Mayhem Muppet Show that are just so sly and underneath the thing. I'm just like, that is genius the way they do
You
it.
only get it if you know. If you know, you know.
You only
just
get
the
it if
same
you
way they
know.
did in Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Next we have The Pit season one. That definitely would have been on my list. I love The
Too
Pit.
intense for me.
I'm a Pit boy, Pit watcher. So glad we have a second season so close to the first one.
I
what
would
about
watch The Pit if it were a pit bull doctor.
a Pit Bull Doctor.
He just goes out and helps pit bulls.
If you can have an amnesiac doctor on Fox called Dog, then you can have a pit bull doctor called Pit on HBO.
Yeah. What about The Bear? Season 4.
Again, you need a bear kitchen staff.
No,
I reached burnout with that show this season.
really.
I don't know what it is, but like Mark was talking about it, and I was just like, man, I just don't give a shit anymore about the bear. Like for some reason,
Bear.
I got angry with the guy that's in it. I was just like, who cares? Like, but
I've seen yelling before.
Yeah.
I worked at a restaurant. I know what it's like. We have The Lowdown. That's the Ethan Hawke show. It's very
Great
good.
cast, great writing. It just needed to be a little tighter for me. Like I really, really
That's
love that show because it makes Oklahoma like one of the characters.
Yeah,
It really does show a different side of Oklahoma that we haven't seen in TV and film.
All right, one show that I purposely skipped to talk about it a little bit later. Pluribus on Apple TV. That's probably like my number 2 show. It's incredible.
Is my number 2 show behind Severance.
If
I was excited every week. They gave us something that we hadn't seen before, and a performance from someone that was so intense because she had to go through so much loss and then kind of accept life through this whole series. Like I kind of love her performance and what she had to go through.
Yeah, agreed. I really liked it. I'm glad Jeff stuck with it. Because I know there was a few episodes where you were like, "What's going on here? What are we doing?"
Why is this white lady yelling so much? Why is she
That's
so
right.
angry? Get over it, lady.
Now the one I would have probably at my number 1, Andor season 2.
Andor's 3 for me.
It's so
It redefines Star Wars. It's amazing.
incredible. Like the Star Wars code of it all makes it even better. But like, even if it was not a Star Wars thing, it'd be like, oh, this is just good television.
The production quality on this is so amazing. Like the costumes, the storytelling, the layers. There's so much in Andor that you could see watching it multiple times. And I love watching the fandom that's kind of brought it to life because of what they see in the real world and how it just kind of mirrors what we're going through.
That's right. Can't believe they put politics in my Star Wars show.
I have friends everywhere. Great line. Great line.
Right. Clay, did I leave anything out? Because that's the end of my list. What do you have?
The Righteous Gemstones finished up their run this year and top tier. Loved it.
I struggled with the last season a little bit. I think there's a
Sean
lot of good things in
there.
That
storyline.
Yeah, there was just some stuff that I'm like, man, I don't know. It feels like I almost felt like they ran out of ideas, so they needed like a couple extra episodes. But I liked it. I think the ending is really good.
Yeah.
But the season was not as strong as I think the previous ones to me. Maybe because I knew it was gonna end too. Like,
well, I kind of like the justice in the fact that like how they end up shot and then they're just they're still miserable people after having gone through this major life event. And you just go, oh, they're really just going to be pieces of shit their entire life. Like this isn't, nothing will ever change. They're just the righteous gemstones.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
You also forgot King of the Hill because it returned for an 11th season this year.
I really enjoyed it. I don't know that I would have put it on maybe on a longer list. I would have put it on there.
I put it as a top tier show for me because every episode was a home run. The only thing that we really had to adjust to was the different style of animation. And I loved the way they kind of aged everyone up, and you could kind of see, like, especially Bobby, like every bit of Bobby you could trace to an episode and say, oh, this is from this episode, and that's why he does this.
That's the real magic of that show, that it really felt like those characters were really just like, we didn't see them for a few years, but then once you catch back up with them, like, yeah, that's exactly what this
iconic.
Go my purse. I don't know you.
Iconic Bobby line.
Excellent, Bobby. Yeah, and I love that. I love King of the Hill. What else?
Yeah.
You got anything else, Clay, that I left out?
The Last of
You don't watch TV, but
I watch all the TV. What are you talking about?
I liked Caitlin Deaver being added to the show. She's I've only seen her like Booksmart and another alien invasion movie that was really good. So
The Last of Us, you said?
Yeah, she was added to The Last of It. Oh, and she was also in Justified when she, like, one of her first acting gigs. She's in Elmore Leonard show, and she's amazing in that.
She's great.
Yeah,
she's great in Justified. I think I saw her there first before she was on that Tim Allen sitcom too, but I think she was in Justified before that.
Yeah.
So.
You left that Tim Allen sitcom off this list. What's that one called?
Not a lot.
Happy's Place. Happy's Place is not on your list.
Happy's Place is not on my list.
My garbage
TV is not on the list.
Okay, now you guys, I know Daniel doesn't watch SNL. You don't like Saturday Night Live, right?
I watched some of the skits, but not overall.
They had a sketch this past week that didn't make it to air. That's on YouTube with James Allen. Is it James Allen Johnson? Is that how you say his name? Is it?
I know you. I know which sketch you're talking about. That is the funniest sketch. It's
they
so good.
They do a writer's room for Euphoria, but then they add in this writer who came from Reba and Reba's Happy's Place to pitch ideas for Euphoria, and it is one of the funniest sketches, and I can't believe they left it out. James Allen Johnson he kills in this, man. It's just so good.
He's like, you need to have a funny fat on the show. Like,
everyone loves a funny fat.
That's a good show. That's a good.
You didn't put Matlock on your list?
Yeah, you Matlock fans.
No, I love Matlock, but I love it for what it is. I love it because of as a network show. I think it's great. It is not.
Bates got nominated.
Yeah, that's true.
She's great in it.
I can't believe there's so much TV that isn't on your list here because I still have like 3 more shows.
Keep throwing them. Look, this is just a list I found online, and I was like, let me throw some of the things that I like, and this is what, like 20 things I went over. Yeah. So there's too much TV.
If you like Nathan Fielder, The Rehearsal season 2 was fantastic. It wasn't as great as season 1, but it was like super wild and weird in what he was trying to do because it's him trying to help plane disasters from stopping, but also maybe he learns that he has autism in a comedy show that you laugh at every week. It's solid.
How did he not know that before?
It's wild. He goes through this and it shows that like they're to get your pilot's license, you can't be autistic, and so most of the pilots won't take these tests to do it because if they show that there's proof, then they can't be pilots. So a lot of pilots avoid the doctor so that they don't have to be shut down from work. So that was another part of the story that you learn about. But again, he's doing it with comedy. So
like Little Miss Sunshine, that guy didn't know he couldn't be a pilot till he figured out he was colorblind.
Yeah,
Paul Dano, and then he became the Riddler.
Hey, Paul Dano, man, he's a great actor, no matter what some people say.
Real quick in the chat, Demon Slayer, animes is good. I think that's a whole other list that I have to make.
Yeah.
American Primeval, that's the Peter Berg show on Netflix. No. American Primeval. So there's, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about the Caveman show, the
Yeah.
Jodorowsky show.
Yeah.
American Primeval is a Netflix show by Peter Berg with Gambit, the actor who played Gambit in the Wolverine movie, Tyler Code, I think.
Riggins from
It's
Friday
about
Night
the
Lights.
yeah, Riggins. It's about the old West. Like this lady, uh, this lady and her son has to go from one side to the other to meet her husband or something, and they have to go through like the old West, and it's you know, it's full of
American
like
Gladiators.
The
no,
cartoon sounds better.
yeah, the cartoon's probably better. Which I can't believe we got another season because I thought that dude died.
Oh yeah.
So what else, Clay?
Murderbot, the first season of Murderbot on Apple TV.
I watched the first two and then I kind of stopped.
I did like it. I did it, but there was a time period where, like, after the first couple episodes, we kind of didn't return to it and then binged a lot of it. So I think I have like Apple burnout because I'll go to the Apple app and look at stuff and just go, like I watched Silo up to this season and then just didn't care like as new episodes dropped because I just reached burnout with that show.
What I need is it's the YouTube to not be available for every other month, so I can just watch real television.
Yeah,
that's the problem because I'm like, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to concentrate on watching a show, or do I just want to throw on a like Red and Link talking about some nonsense on their podcast?
Yeah, because I'll want to play Marvel Rivals, but have like a YouTube on, and I go, well, is this long enough? Instead of just putting a movie on that I want to watch.
Like this morning, I started watching the new Idris Elba show, Hijack. Turns out he's the hijacker this time. I don't know.
Oh, so
I don't know what to tell you. So we'll see.
I was kind of hoping his name was Jack, and he was just like a sitcom where people are like, "Hi, Jack."
So this is season 2. In the first season, he was on a plane that was hijacked, and the whole bit was that every episode was in like almost real time in the plane, almost like 24. And so it was like a 7-hour flight. So it had 7 episodes. It was pretty good. But I'm like, what's the gimmick this season? And I think we get to the spoilers, I guess, for the first episode of the second season. He's the hijacker now, but we don't know why. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But yeah,
all this TV talk gives me tired head. I'm just like, it's too many.
We're almost done, Jeff. We're almost out.
We're not even doing 24 episodes a season anymore. I mean, that's the amazing part. We're doing 10 episodes and then a 2-year wait for more.
Yep.
I think that's why it gives me, because every show is just like, this is about an amnesiac, a doctor that deals with dogs that has like a left-handed, what, like everything's too specific now. I'm just like, I don't
procedural, baby. I love a procedural. I still watch. So on Fridays, I just throw on whatever new Law and Order and 911 came out in the background, just to like.
You're the reason they keep making those shows.
I guess so. No, there's no way I'm the. It's all the older folk that can't change the TV from NBC.
Every time I see a new 911 show, I'm like, why?
This Nashville one got Chris
Those
O'Donnell.
are insane. Those will blow your mind at how stupid they are. Nobody's mentioned The Paper yet. The Paper was one of the one shows I did watch this year, and I was just like, oh, this is really good.
I really enjoyed The Paper.
If I had to remember, I probably would have put it on the list.
If I had to remember. That is the problem with modern TV. If it is not dosed out weekly, it is a cluster that you will forget about at the end of the year.
Well, I need
and again, they all sound this. They all like are just a weird. This is a oil baron that lives in Arkansas. That like they're all either the same or they're all weirdly specific. And I'm just like, I don't care.
And sometimes show comes back that I've seen the first season, like I think, what is it? Tulsa King came back, and I was like, I'm okay with not going back to the Paramount app.
Right now, everybody is in their post-Breaking Bad phase. They want to be in that type of show, being an anti-hero. And so you've got Jeremy Renner has one, the Tulsa King. You have all these fucking shows that are like this.
They're all Paramount Plus too, for some reason.
I just so yeah, like they're not. It's like a Mad Lib of the same content over and over again.
Carlos likes Tulsa King. One of the few.
Hey, it's for somebody.
Enjoy it.
Yeah,
it is a good couple show because then you're like, you get to talk about like, can you believe Rocky just did that? You know, like
And it's got Frank Grillo in it, and I love Frank Grillo, but like I was
Yeah.
like, do I want to suffer through a couple of seasons to get to Frank Grillo? Martin Starr's in it, like Martin Starr.
oh yeah, he is in it. So
Yeah, it has
what have you
people
got?
in it I want to watch. I want to watch the Demi Moore show, but I don't want to watch Billy Bob Thornton.
What? Oh, the Landman. Is that?
Yeah,
Were they the ones that were married? They're working
I don't,
together.
I don't
No,
know.
no, that was Angelina Jolie
That's interesting.
and Billy Bob, right? The only
Lion.
Sheridan show I watch is Linus. I like the first season of Linus, but I don't even know if there's more.
Because it's Paramount.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing about TV is that they, you guys went nuts over Duster this year, and then it didn't like.
It's not even on our list because it didn't get picked up. Like there was so much good TV, and then you get mad because it's like Duster could have gone like multiple seasons. That was a great show.
At least one more season. I just want to see that car.
Yeah, that car was amazing.
It was a good looking car.
Yeah.
By season 3, they would have put rockets on it.
Well, it would have gone up from, what was it, 1970? What year did that show take place? 70?
Yeah, like 79, I think.
What if
79?
Duster had slowly morphed into
earlier,
Knight Rider?
I'm sold. Make it a sentient car.
Yeah. I put a note in like one of the first months of our shows, the SNL documentary on their music throughout the years was one of the best documentaries I saw this year.
Yeah.
And it's only streaming on Peacock, but it has like Questlove puts together the music that starts the show that just goes from one to another and is such an incredible mix. It's worth listening to, just that beginning of the show.
I mean, the SNL 50 special was pretty good too.
Yeah. But the music is like, you forget about some of the bands that played. So, they had punk, they had rap, they had stuff that hadn't been on TV before. So it was nice to see those acts.
And then those started before some genres were even genres of music.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. You got any more TV shows? So we can.
Just one show I watched on HBO this year. It isn't from 2024, but it's High Maintenance, a story about a weed delivery guy that covers like comedy, drama, action. It's all over the place. It's just really good to go into kind of a show that's like an anthology. It's just because he'll bring back older characters. You'll see characters, Helly from Severance. She's a character in like the last season of it. But it was just like a good show to see something different that just had a lot of actors I hadn't really seen before do. Not a sitcom, not a drama, not a hospital procedural. Something that was just very different. High Maintenance kind of filled that void. Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know in the chat if we missed anything. Like I said, I think anime is probably its own list that I haven't even started to look into. Definitely.
Which housewives should we get into? The Utah housewives?
The desperate ones. Let's start there.
The Mormons, the Mormon housewives.
Let's start with the desperate housewives, and then we'll go from there. I think if I had to pick an anime, though, real quick, would be Solo Leveling. That's probably my pick for the year. So, all right. It's great. It's just action packed. Everything I want in anime. Just like cool stuff happening on my screen.
It's just Han Solo with a level, like going around making sure. Great. Solo leveling.
It's RPG based. It's an RPG world. So, all right. Do you guys have anything else for 2025? Clay, I don't know if you want to talk about some of your comics, and then Jeff and I can chime in.
Yeah, I didn't get to read that many things, but the things that really stood out that really stuck with me was Jerry Duggan's book Timing Luck. Let me see if I can share this real quick. This book is it 2025? I forget. I read it last year. It is a lot of, as most of you know, Duggan writes a lot of X-Men. He kind of took over after Hickman left some of the X-Men book during the Krakoan era. He's done runs on Guardians is one of my favorite, but this is pre-COVID where he is taking a lot of photographs and telling stories. So you're going to see different conventions, comic writers, moments before, COVID happens, where, these people are about to, like, because they're all going to bars and stuff right before everything happens. This book just stuck with me as like this incredible snapshot of this time period of comics life. And they're beautiful photos, but it's also because we know who the people are in them. This book just really stuck out with me, and I picked it up from the library just wanting to see like pictures, and it's a cool coffee book. No, it's just like got real comics history in it, and I really loved it.
Nice.
Let's see here. There was another book I picked up called Seek You, A Journey Through American Loneliness by Kristen Raddick. Absolutely love this book. It was a really thick book, and I read it in 2 sittings because it just captivated me. It's not a lot of panel work, a lot of splash pages, but it's the story of, let me go ahead and share this one as well. There we go.
Hold on, let's sign up for the letter.
I know. Like, where's the X to clear that? I don't want to see that. But here's the cover by Kristen. This book just goes into a woman who is dealing with loneliness pre-COVID. Again, like, this gets into kind of a dark place, and she starts to study loneliness. And so she looks at studies about being lonely and how they are conducted, and by who conducts these kind of studies. Because it was interesting that she looked up the scientist who specifically had done studies on loneliness, and his high school quote was like, "I want to be famous," which you don't find in a lot of scientists. Scientists seek truth, and so it was interesting. And just that guy's story alone is worth reading this book for. But it really motivated me to, because this is her second graphic novel, to maybe I could write my own book. So I've thought about doing a graphic novel about my Agent Orange journey, and this has really inspired me. Like, I'm gonna go buy this just so that I can have it for reference.
Do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anything else? Peacemaker Tries Hard, that 6-issue mini. If you like the TV show, that comic's like perfect. Like, it gets what Peacemaker is. That was really great.
If you want to see that team reunited, they're doing that Vertigo book because Kyle Starks talked about it when we had him on the show. So there you go. Yeah.
I forgot we had him on the show, man. That was awesome. Blue Book Library Edition, a book by James Tynion about alien invasions. There are 3 separate stories. They're collected together in the library edition. So if you get that, you can read them all together. But Betty and Barney, Frank is the story that I love the most, because it's about a couple that encountered an alien abduction and went public with it and talked about it at a time where they really didn't want a lot of publicity their way, but they still wanted to tell this story.
And not only that, they were a mixed race couple.
That's why they didn't want to bring a lot of attention to themselves, but they still wanted to tell the story. And my understanding is that there's a deal at Netflix to tell this in movie form that's going to be produced by.
Those Blue Book stories have been around for a while. Like, this is I guess this is Tynion and Oming's take on those stories.
Yeah.
And they have and now this year they've launched Red Book, which is things that happen, like, I believe in like China and Russia, of the same type of stories, just not in the US. So. Yeah.
But that's pretty much
very nice
the comics for me.
As far as other stuff, I didn't read any books from 2025, but I did read 2 books, so I want to quickly talk about them because I want to remind my co-host to read Project Hail Mary. It's such a good book, and I'm very excited about the movie. And then I also read The Long Walk, which was intense, grueling journey as I did my own long walk. And I think the adaptation was great. I think I believe I talked about the adaptation was on my long list of movies.
Yeah.
So those were things. I'm listening to more books. I'm actually currently doing 2 because I borrowed one from the library. That Josh letting us know that we could get a library card from the Houston Library, like, opened so many doors because they have so many more audiobooks. So yeah, I started
Comics
reading.
too, man. Like the last time I looked at new comics, they ordered a lot of stuff for the new year.
Yeah, yeah. So very excited to go into that. So I think I'm reading a book as well that is a current book because it's in the back of like the my den of geek that I picked up at the shop. I'm reading this. This is There Is No Anti-Memetic Division, which is like a current book. So yeah,
That's weird. That looks like the cover, or at least the font of the book you're telling us to read.
Yeah, it looks like that too. So this is the Den of Geek that you can pick up at your comic shop. It's free, or it should be free. But I picked it up because they had the Mortal Kombat stuff on it. So, and then I just wrapped up the Hedge Knight since the show was coming out. But yeah, books are on the table for 2026. So maybe I'll have enough at the end of 2026 to actually make a list of like the best things I read. But I don't know if you guys have any books, music, video games. Do you guys play? Well, Clay, you play video games.
Yeah, but
I don't know if
I
you
got a
play new
computer
video
at the
games.
I got a computer at the end of last year and just played Marvel Rivals. So
Nice.
that's all I've been playing. But it is, yeah, it's probably the best Marvel game out there. I mean, if you like playing that kind of team competition.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Jeff, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about for 2026?
For 2026?
I'm sorry, 2025.
2025. No, I'm done with it. It's
You're
a
done with
year
it?
that's
Support
yeah.
and
Listen,
DPS.
January is over next week, so we gotta.
January is over next week. I'm glad you bring that up because next week, ideally, if everything goes well. So hold on. Yeah, the 31st is next Saturday, right? So we're gonna have our show with the results of our movie draft. And it's very exciting stuff because
I
I
need to
think
go collect the data.
yeah, I think a lot of so what I'm gonna do is probably that Friday I'll just cut off the time and then be like I think the only movie on our list probably that's still making money at the theaters is Avatar Fire and Ash. So speaking of that,
Is James Cameron buying all the tickets to that movie? I don't.
you don't know anyone that's watched it?
He's over at the AMC 30 handing out tickets to people.
He's
you want to go see
buying
Avatar?
them online.
So
I gotta keep these movies in the
to close out the show, to get us in the mood for some box office, let's do the movie game show and then we can get out of here. So let's see if you guys...
I wanted to ask, does anybody have any predictions for 2026?
Oh, I think Doomsday's gonna make all the money in the world. I feel like, a matter of fact, I was gonna propose that for our next draft we exclude Doomsday from the pool.
Well, it
I
also
feel
comes
like
out in December.
But you don't think it's gonna make
It
all
has
the
a
money?
small window to
money.
make money, and even
There's
if it's
a
a
small
bust,
window
it's
to-
going to make the money up front.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we can talk about it, but I was gonna propose that we
I have a
actually
tiny
exclude that from the pool.
string in my heart that is very worried about Doomsday.
Yeah, I think there's a big chance that this could be one of the biggest busts. And
No, there's no way. There's no way people are gonna go even if just to hate watch it.
Well, I think people will storm the theaters to go see it, but I have a feeling that people are going to come out of it being like, we've moved on.
If it doesn't make $1 billion in at least 2 weeks, like if there's a problem opening weekend, let's say it gives it 2 weeks, it will go to streaming like that. It is $1 billion bet.
What would be funny is if the re-release of Endgame outsells the new movie. Because I'm planning on going back. I'm planning on rewatching Endgame on the big screen. That was one of my favorite theatrical experiences. So
I feel weird clapping at home alone.
I just think that they've gotten so, like, Thunderbolts was so good, Superman, Fantastic Four is really good. Like, they kind of pivoted a little bit away from that Marvel, formula. And the Russos are just, it seems like, hey, let's play the hits again, is what they're doing.
That's my worry.
Their last, and that's my worry. This will be the last big blowout. So maybe it'll have that kind of thing. But I think we have finally hit that point where people are like, over the nostalgia porn and all this other stuff. And they're kind of like, if you could just please incorporate. I say that as we were all just gushing over He-Man earlier, but
yeah.
but I do feel like they're like folding in some. It's not just like,
give me that Robert Downey. I saw a thing that in the first Fantastic Four movie, there's a statue of Doom that looks like Robert Downey Jr. And people were saying that originally he was supposed to play. He was in talks to play the role of Doom before it went to the I forget the name of the other actor. So I guess they maybe started working on the statue and they couldn't, they didn't change it back enough. I know the actor just recently passed, and I feel bad for not remembering his name.
Julian,
yeah,
Julian, what's his name? McCann.
Yeah, from Nip Tuck. Go watch Nip Tuck if you want to see some gnarly. That's some gnarly TV.
That's a weird show.
It's a weird show.
It was a weird time for FX.
What reminds me of what's going on right now, I haven't seen it yet, but The Beauty came out this week based on the comic book. I only want to watch it because I think the comic book is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it looks wild. All right. So,
does He-Man outsell Avengers? That's my question.
Shit. That would be amazing.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about. Did you guys see Lobo? That better look at Lobo? It looks good.
It looks fucking hella great. If they fuck up Lobo, man.
See, if you get that's the thing. If you get Supergirl that comes out and it's awesome, if He-Man comes out, it's a big crowd pleaser, and then if Dune comes out, if they don't move the things, you've got Dune and Doomsday coming out the same day, and everybody goes nuts for Dune.
That's our new
Doomsday is just kind of there. That's why I'm afraid of Doomsday. Like Doomsday is like Doomsday.
Calling it now. Ooh. Avengers Doomsday.
My other 2026 prediction is Taylor Swift will have a
Avengers movies.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about this Party Supreme. Sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
A flop. Taylor Swift will have a floppy album, like an album that just completely flops.
Excuse me?
That's my prediction for this year.
Oh boy.
They have turned their back.
Talking about floppy albums online.
I think we're going to see like at least 2 major theater chains close.
2? There's only 2. Like 3. Wait,
but I mean, in our area we have AMC, Alamo,
Cinemark.
So yeah, I mean, there's like a bunch. I mean,
that's it. Regals are done. There's no more Regals here, as far as I know.
Yeah, but there are theaters in other places that aren't here as well.
Closed. The one
I think AMC is going to take a big hit because they're already in debt. I
think AMC is the one that's like
AMC is the big daddy.
Perfectly.
That doesn't matter in this country.
I think Alamo's going to fall.
You're a corporation. That doesn't matter.
Alamo's going to fall.
AMC is gone.
No,
and I think Alamo will be sold by Sony because Sony already doesn't understand the Alamo. So
the dude bros they're like, this didn't pay off. Sell it back.
Give me some Alamo. I think Alamo's days are numbered. I think maybe a couple of is there still an Angelica? Maybe Angelica might fold.
I don't think the Angelica will go away. I feel like that's so niche that unless they keep hiking up the rent, but maybe they got a nice deal. Maybe they got a long-term lease.
I would love to see an independent owner just open up a single theater by himself, just a guy running the theater.
It has to be a celebrity like Kevin Smith, so it stays afloat with the events.
He has his theater in New Jersey. Yeah. Quentin Tarantino has his place in the New Beverly. Why doesn't Wes Anderson have a theater here in Dallas?
Where's the Wilson brothers? The Wilson brothers could open. Luke and Owen.
Oh, I was like, who the hell are the Wilson brothers?
the volleyball from Castaway. Where is he? Why is he opening?
The Wilson siblings, and it's all the 3 of them.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they have a third real brother who isn't included.
Yeah,
yeah. But they involve the volleyball instead.
Business Wilson. All right. Let's do this box office game so we can get out of here.
Okay.
Let's start at 10, and I'll help you guys out. But if you guys have any guesses, this is a movie from Sony Pictures at number 10. It's a
what are we
comedy.
guessing?
What movie? What movie it is? Yeah.
I don't even know what movies are in theaters now.
It's made
Is it still
56
The
million so
Roses?
far. It's a comedy with about a remake of a nostalgic film.
The Roses?
No,
Is it The Roses?
Paul
A
Rudd's in it.
remake? Oh, this is Anaconda.
Yeah, it's Anaconda. That's at number 10 with so far it's made 656 million. I don't know if that's a win or a loss for
wonder
I
how
don't know
much
anymore
America
with
costs.
comedies, and I don't know how
Yeah.
much Jack Black charges per movie.
For those of
Uh,
you that remember Anaconda, here's a comedy.
The next one might be a freebie because I don't even know what it is. But it's from Neon Studios, number 9. It's No Other Choice. I've never heard of it. All right. At number 8, a movie from Lionsgate. It is a sequel to a movie that came out in 2020 that probably no one saw except fans of the main star in this film. And it's also the first part of the title. It's a very politically charged thing right now because of somebody wants to buy that place.
Greenland 2.
That's right.
That's, that's where they collect all that iron ore or whatever it is that's underneath Greenland that everybody wants.
All
That
right.
No Other Choice looks good. It's a Park Chan-wook film. You know who did?
Oh, I
Boy?
know which one it is now. Okay, yeah. I do want to watch that. Damn, stupid weather.
Yeah, it's at the Angelica and the Alamo right now.
Yeah, well, I can't slide over there right now.
Get
Let
your
me
ice
grab
skates.
my toboggan. It just see, I could make it over there because there's a hill that would take me in that direction, but
To
then
get
I
him
don't know
back.
how I would come back. Yeah, I would have to
Yeah.
just camp out there, and then
Just like one long rope from your apartment to your just call back.
all right. The next film at number 7 is from Paramount Pictures. It is a horror film. It's made almost 16 million so far.
Primate.
Yes. Damn. See, Jeff's on it. I'm gonna have to show me your desk, Jeff. Jeff printed up.
It's the one that I'm like, maybe I should go because the trailers look so dumb, but it's getting like some good buzz.
And
There's usually one horror movie that comes out in the early year, and
it gets
that's
dumped
like,
in January. That's actually good.
yeah. And I feel like this is that movie.
And it's only about 90 minutes, which is perfect. That's a perfect length
Meg.
for a movie.
This is what I call the Meg slot, the Megan slot.
All right,
Megan
at number
slot.
6, it's made 75 million so far. It's from A24, and I just talked about one of the actors that's going to be in Dune. That's in it. I just said the name of this movie earlier. That's it. Yeah, I want to watch that. I want to watch that. Even though I'm not a big Safdie guy. All right, next, number 5. I can't believe this movie's still making money. It's from Walt Disney Studios. It's made $383 million so far, and it's still making money.
Too?
Yeah, that's it.
I heard it's
Tron
the largest
Ares.
the biggest animated earning film of all time.
Yeah.
Zootopia 2.
Zootopia is Judy Hopps, right? So these are all just perverts going to watch this movie.
Oh, and I mean, I guess true because a lot of people are into the fox as well. So
just pervs. This is just the furry community, which I think is maybe how Avatar is making all their money too. Wait a second.
This next one is from Lionsgate. It's made $101 million so far, and it stars 2 blonde ladies.
Housemate.
Yeah, that's it.
House something.
I like how hesitant you were about that. Like, what's
I think it's House something.
Yeah.
I hear it's awful.
All right. Somebody's going to watch it. Number 3, it's a re-release for 2026.
A re-release is the number 3 movie?
Yeah. But once you hear which one it is,
it'll make
you'll probably understand why. It's made $3 million so far on this re-release. It's part of a trilogy.
Star Wars.
It's part
Oh,
of a.
is
You're
it
not sci-fi. Think fantasy.
Oh, it's the Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings
Rings?
re-released.
Yeah, but which one?
Return of the King?
No,
The
I think
first
they were
one,
doing them in
Fellowship?
order. It's the
Is it
Fellowship of the
Fellowship?
Ring. Yeah, it's Fellowship. I think they did Fellowship, and then they're doing Two Towers, and then the other one. I think I don't know exactly how that's working out. All right, the number 2 film. It's made $353 million so far from 20th Century Studios. That's probably the easiest one on the list.
That's we all just like, what's a
You just-
movie?
You just said it earlier, and you're like, "Oh wait," or something like that.
Me? I said it earlier.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Clay did?
I'm not even. Yeah, you said perverts go watch this movie along with Zootopia.
Oh,
I mean,
Avatar.
you can't lump furries into perverts. Maybe there are some conservative furries that aren't as weird as the weird furries.
It is Avatar though. And then, last but not least, the movie at the winning the box office for last week from Sony Pictures, with a debut of $6 million domestic. These are all domestic. It's a sequel. Well, I guess technically it's the 4th film in this series, but it's being treated like a sequel.
28 years later, Bone Temple.
That's it. See, you guys know between the two of you, you know movies.
Yeah, because I do see, and I go, oh, I want to see that. Like so,
It looks.
but there are just a handful of movies that I get excited for anymore.
I hear very good things about this movie, and once again, I am upset that this weather will not allow me to go. There should be like a thing where, if the weekend's gonna be crappy, like let me just get it on demand. Like it's like a special dispensation to watch the movie. I can't go to the theater this weekend because there's a polar vortex covering the nation. So let me just watch some movies on demand.
Luckily, right after we had Comic Book Club this week, and we talked about Lone Wolf and Cub, the Criterion of Lone Wolf and Cub came into Half Price Books with the Paul Pope cover. So my weekend's booked with.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on comic books. I'm reading the Captain America run by Chip Zdarsky right now, and up next in the queue is the G.I. Joe book, so I can catch up on that too. So I'm plenty busy. All right. Well, anything else from you guys?
I'm good.
I only asked so I could cough. All right, good. Thanks everybody that joined us live. Carlos, Leonard Kim.
Carlos, hit me up if you're playing Rivals.
Oh, Carlos, you play oh yeah, Rivals with Carlos. Yeah, Man Cave Theater, big shout out. Plugs for the channel real quick. I mean, join me Sunday nights to talk about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I go live right after the show. I don't like that they pivoted this show to the 9 p.m. slot instead of being the early show. That makes it that I gotta stay awake an hour longer, I guess, to go live. But also go check out. Yesterday, I did a quick stream where I went into League of Comics just to log my stuff. So if you want to join me there, that might be like a every other week type of thing. I'm trying to keep myself accountable and actually log my stuff into there since I'm paying for the service. But yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff on the channel, and then hopefully, if the power allows, we'll be back tomorrow morning to talk about comic books for the week. The power and the powers. So cool. Well, thanks, gang. We'll see you guys. Oh, hold on. We got a new comment, maybe. Carlos was playing Hulk, but he'll hit you up. All right, cool.
Okay.
Awesome. There you go. And then later on, we're planning for Clay to maybe stream him playing Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I've been very intimidated by my play, but then yesterday I was like solid. So it's like I know as soon as I stream, I'll just play the worst, and so
and that's
all I need.
That's
I know.
I want to see those highlights.
I think I told you guys that they're like the insults are getting creative because there was a kid who was playing Spider-Man so bad. Some guy in chat goes, "Your Spider-Man sucks so bad, and Uncle Ben had it coming." Like it's just
That's the
so
kind of
deep.
traffic we want coming into the channel. Oh, you get famous. Yeah, see, people love bad play. You get famous faster.
Yeah, but it's also had some scandals this week. Have you guys seen the story about there was a player? Oh, yeah, it's worth looking up the story on because you can make some major bank from Marvel Rivals. So there was like a $40,000 pot for a competition, and this guy was in it, and he had made a comment about one player to switch off a character, and then everyone kind of dogpiled on him. And he's just like, I'm trying to pay bills with this money. I'm getting the story all wrong. I'll send you a link to the real story, but it looks legit. Yeah. This girl, man, her boyfriend went after this guy. It's just a lot of drama in this esports world.
Insane. What are you eating? In what? Oh, we're leaving.
Yeah.
We're gonna close out with that. Bye, everybody.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Twitter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Get out of here, you weirdo.